Welcome back folks, my name is LastKnownMeal and today we're going to talk about Evolutis. Now I covered this game in the past because I was blown away by the style of the game. First off, it's set in a cyberpunk subgenre, so that's a plus. And second of all, this is a game which values your choices and has consequences, so that's another plus in my book. But I was wondering, how is this game actually going to play out? Like, how is the gameplay going to look? Now, Evolutis team reached out and provided these amazing 4K videos of the gameplay from PAX East and a new trailer which was actually launched in December of 2019. That's the latest trailer for this game. Keep in mind, this is an alpha demo, which means nothing is final. The visuals, the sounds, they can be replaced and be worked on. This is just a demo in a sense. Now we're going to go through the information they provided because there is a lot to talk about here and actually analyze. If you didn't know, Evolutis is developed by Pokelife Studios, and this game is a 2D story-driven open-world action-adventure game, inspired by the works like Akira, Ghost in the Shell, Heavy Metal, which was an amazing game from my childhood. Honestly, if you don't know what Heavy Metal is, you gotta check it out. All animations here are hand-drawn, and the game is built in Unity Engine. Now, you will be able to control 3 characters, and those are Derek Warren, Chelsea Williams, and Damon Reed that we can see in this demo. You play in a city called Shanghai. Previously in my, other video, I think I mentioned Neo Hong Kong or something like that, but Shanghai is the correct name of the city in the game. The story is still a little bit vague, but I believe that each character has their own backstory and their own goal to fulfill. For example, Damon Watts is a grieving husband searching the streets for his supposedly deceased pregnant wife. Derek Warren is a drug addict who is looking for the person who murdered his cousin, and Chelsea Williams is a famous wrestler trying to keep her non-biological father alive. The game is revolving a lot around its story elements, giving you options during the dialogue, and you will be able to handle certain events differently, which makes this game enjoyable from a replayability and story development perspective. For example, at the beginning you must complete a series of story events in order to move on to the next section of the demo. As you can see here, you search for a hidden gun, but you need info from this guy in a panda outfit and a homeless man. Then we see our character walking around, and I was really surprised again how good this game looks. From the art style to the feel you have, you don't need to have the best 3D graphics to achieve immersion actually. You can do it with details, with sound, with visuals, like it's presented here. Next up is our bike, and we can actually, go and scare away the guy being too close to it and actually, looking probably to steal it. From the gameplay perspective, this looks interesting because you pull out the gun, he reacts to it. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, how many more of these random events that we have to react to are there going to be, and how are they actually going to unfold? Now, this bike minigame is definitely interesting. As we can see here, he was able to choose the location, and then, the minigame is avoiding incoming cars. So it's not only loading screen and bam, you're there, there's actually a minigame you have to go through. Then we have more shots of the location, and after that you get into a bar that you can also see how it's actually going to look like aesthetically, and later proceed in an alleyway. I like how the guard actually, before you get into it, searches you for a gun and takes that gun away from you. Then you have to go in, get an axe from this guy to fight another guy, and then, the second guy jumps into a quick time event. And this is basically where the demo ends, but it kind of shows you how the game is actually going to look like and what can you expect from the gameplay aspect. It's honestly a very interesting title to go into. For me personally, this is one of the most anticipated games besides Cyberpunk 2077, and I'm kinda glad that more people are going into the Cyberpunk subgenre because Cyberpunk, of course, it's high-tech meets low life. There are certain parameters of that subgenre that makes it, cyberpunk. But obviously the visual aesthetics can be different, can be unique, and I'm glad that more and more people are exploring this and are actually making games that are cyberpunk-based. Now, regarding the release date, currently it's still to be determined. We have no official information when the game is actually coming out, but I'm sure when they actually are ready to share that, I will make a video on it, so don't worry. And the release platforms are PC and consoles, and that's all I know about the game so far. I will definitely follow up this game even more, especially when, info comes out. So definitely subscribe for that and join our growing community on Twitter and Discord. I also left the links if you are interested to learn more about the game itself and stay updated when they release something new. And for the end, I made a Patreon page if you were looking for an extra way to support the channel so I can make, more of these videos, and definitely go check it out. And I would like to thank all of my current Patreon supporters. Without you, some of these videos wouldn't be possible because I can, work more on YouTube. So thank you again for that. And this is pretty much everything I have. This is LKM signing out, and stay classy, everyone. Bye bye.